was it with the Clark sisters as well?
Clarkson was amazing. Twinkie, it's funky.
Hmm. Oh
You
yeah.
know, she is funk and classical at the same time. She studied at Howard University.
Right.
So she studied classical there, but she loved funk. She loved Stevie. She loved Wes Montgomery. And when I started with the Clarks weren't necessarily, they would use a band to cut records, but they never really toured at that time with a band.
Mm-hmm.
They pick up a drummer wherever it was, and Twinkie had everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran into Dorinda, and one day I just asked, I said, "Hey, yo, man, y'all don't, every time y'all play, I never see a bass player or a guitar player. Do you have a band?" And she's like, "We're trying to get into one, but I'm not the one to talk to. You need to talk to my sister Twinkie." And I was like, "Cool. How do I find Twinkie?"
Mm-hmm.
That was like 4 months of pulling teeth to get a hold of Twinkie. And now we're the best of friends at
Mm-hmm.
this point, and I'm actually kind of like family with the
Mm.
Clarks. You say one thing bad about them, and you're gonna catch a beat down from me. I'm telling you.
I love them all.
Yeah, yeah. So uh, Bill Moss is Uncle Bill to
Yeah.
me.
J Moss
Billy
father.
Moss,
Yeah.
Bill, and Jimmy Moss, who y'all call J
J
Moss.
Moss. Yeah. Yeah.
They used to actually watch. My son Evan. They used to actually babysit Evan,
Yeah.
and I turned them on to sequencing back in the day. I turned them on Jay I taught them how to sequence, and the next day they went and bought stuff, and that's history. You already know
Yeah.
what those kids did, and they're still doing great stuff. But they were really really cool. They took me all over the world, man.
So being with the Clark sisters, like, was that, walk us through, because they weren't, I don't know if they were the Clark sisters that we see now. Just like that, how did you guys prepare? Like, what was that time? What kind of places were you playing at?
Well, man, we was playing churches, we were playing theaters, we were playing uh arenas, you know. Uh, but one of the first gigs that I remember that was really, really cool. You Brought the Sunshine had just come out. So that was my it was that was groundbreaking. That reggae and gospel. It had never happened.
Stevie, yeah, that had that
Yeah.
Stevie, yeah. Wow.
Well, Disneyland had gospel night. They had a gospel night, and they had about 5 stages, and on this stage maybe James Cleveland, on that stage maybe the Hawkins, and on this stage over here was the Clarks. Keith Pringle was like fire back then, so he had a stage, and the stage that we were on was in this futuristic place. So the coolest part about this is we would come up from underground, and that's how we started the show. And
Mhm.
hey man, you couldn't tell me nothing. You hear me? Phil,
Man.
I thought that was a big deal. You couldn't tell me.
It was though. That's history, man. That's
So
history.
we would run over, and you play and have a break, and you run over and catch somebody else. You run over and catch somebody else. I was always in awe of Reverend Cleveland. Reverend Cleveland had a way, man. He could corral an audience so fast and so quick, and just like what I call ragdoll them. In about 2 minutes, everybody was on the floor. But over there was the Bruce Carters on bass of the world, and then the young blood.